Masks are flying off the faces of Americans faster than liberals in Washington spend $1 trillion. That is a great thing to see.
Those were part of House Minority Whip Steve Scalise's recent remarks before the House Select Subcommittee on the COVID-19 crisis. He says there is bipartisan agreement that the vaccine made the pandemic fizzle. He explained how America produced the fastest vaccine in history and produced enough for every American who wants one.
The story begins over 30 years ago, when the U.S. Trade Representative began negotiating international trade agreements in earnest. On a bipartisan basis for 3 decades, USTR made protections of U.S. intellectual property a cornerstone of those agreements.
Then, after a series of events including major funding for NIH and the failure of Obama-Biden to handle H1N1, this happened.
In January 2020, China lied to the world, and the lies of the Communist Party of China caused COVID-19 to spread throughout the globe, igniting the worst pandemic we've seen in 100 years. President Trump's Operation Warp Speed, built on 30 years of smart policy, was focused on protecting IP, investing in biomedical research, and investing in public-private partnerships on critical manufacturing infrastructure. President Trump's leadership on Operation Warp Speed was critical. Importantly, OWS leveraged work going back over 2 administrations, Republican and Democrat, to partner with companies like Emergent to begin the manufacturing process before the vaccines were even approved.
Scalise says that decision was a game changer because it allowed shots of vaccine just after getting the emergency use authorization. Now he's worried about how the Biden administration will fail on vaccinations.
President Biden has now put at risk a key pillar of this strategy, the protection of United States intellectual property. You've seen President Biden talking about actually giving away America's intellectual property. This is something that would be a cave into the special interests in Washington, some progressives who don't believe that America should be the ones who own our own intellectual property. For years, Republicans and Democrats alike were criticizing China's theft of American intellectual property. Today, you've got the Biden administration talking about giving away our intellectual property to China for nothing. How outrageous would that be?
He says this will help the People's Republic of China, the country that spread the pandemic.
So make no mistake, this is not about helping the world get COVID vaccines quicker. It's about undermining American ingenuity and intellectual property.
And the plan won't even work. Frank McCaffrey reporting for Americans for Limited Government Foundation.